everyone, and welcome back again to my channel. My name is Gloria, and if this is the very first time you're clicking in, thank you so much. In today's video, we're going to be sharing the topic how to get a driver's license in Ontario, Canada. So if you are a new immigrant who has just moved into the country and you're actually in the province of Ontario, you definitely want to stick around and watch this video until the end. And if you haven't yet done so already, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Don't go anywhere, sit back, relax, because we're starting right now. Driving in Canada is quite different from driving from your home country. As an example, I am from Nigeria and we don't have snow in our country. So for somebody who is immigrating to this country, driving in the winter time will be very difficult. If you are going to immigrate to Ontario as a province, you need to know that there is a graduated licensing system that is being operated here. And what that means is that you need, in order for you to obtain a driver's license, you need to go through like a G1 license, a G2, and a full G. I would explain what this means. The G1, for example, is a written test. The G2 consists of, the G2 and your G consists of a drive test. First and foremost, let's talk about the G1 license. Now, I did mention that this is a written test. In order for you to apply, you have to be 16 years of age. You go into a drive test center with your ID, of course, something that has your name, your age, and also a signature on it. You go and you register online, and then you register online, you apply online, and then you go into the drive test center or a Service Ontario around your area. Before you go to book that test, please buy the handbook, the Ontario Driver's Handbook. You can get it online, or you can get it at a retail store, or you go into a drive test center or a Service Ontario to purchase this book and read. The reason why you have to read this before you start write your test is because you need to learn the signs for driving on the road. So the road signs, you need to learn them before you take your test. The test comprises of 40 different questions. The test comprises of 40 different questions and is divided into two sections. In each of these two sections, you have to pass at least 16 questions in all. That means you can only fail 8 questions. If you fail that test, you have to retake your test again. There is a fee for writing that test. It's about, I believe it's about $16 and plus tax. The handbook in itself, you want to buy it online or at the stores, it should cost you about $14.95 and some with tax. Please know fully well that if you pass that test, you would be given your G1 license. Now, the G1 license comes with some restrictions. One is the fact that you need to drive with somebody who has a full G license for at least 4 years. You can only drive with that person in the car. You cannot drive with other people in the car. You are also restricted to driving. You cannot drive on the highways, and also you cannot drive between 12 and 5 a.m. in the morning. You cannot have alcohol in your system with a G1 license. You must always ensure that you have your seatbelt on. If you are concerned about what other restrictions there are, these are the only restrictions that there are for the G1 license. Now we'll be talking about the G2 in just a minute. The G2 license gives you much more freedom than the G1 license in the fact that you can drive alone without time restriction. Even though there are restrictions that apply to having a G2 license, which includes you must not have alcohol in consumption in your system. All the passengers in your vehicle, they must all wear a seatbelt, and you can carry only as much passengers as the seatbelt in your vehicle. You are also limited to driving and practicing only in Ontario. You cannot go somewhere else to practice how to drive. In order for you to apply for a G2 license, you need to book your test ahead, and you can book this online and prepare to go for your test. When I obtained my G2 license, I practiced with somebody who was a drive instructor, and he coached me for at least 2 weeks, but I had to pay for it, so it's not free. When you go for your road test at the Service Ontario, there would be a drive instructor who would go with you. First of all, they will check that your car is good to be on the road, it's in good working conditions, and your lights are working okay. And then you proceed to start driving. Now I'm going to list what the instructor is looking out for and what they're going to test you on. One is your turning, so you're turning left and right. You're stopping, how you're stopping when you're driving. Parallel parking, one-way streets, lane changes, three-point turns, how you're driving in residential neighborhoods, and your traffic light stops, and if you're yielding to the signs on the road. Please know fully well that if you pass this particular test and you come back and the driver instructor tells you that, yeah, you are okay, you passed the test, you will be given a G license. We're going to be talking about that now. The G license is the last step where you can obtain a full license to drive in Ontario, Canada. Even though this comes with a lot of freedom, there are still some restrictions that apply. And one of them is the fact that you must have like 0.08 alcohol consumption in your system. If you're under the age of 21, you must have zero alcohol consumption in your system. And you're only permitted to drive G-class vehicles. And what this means is cars, small vans, and trucks. You cannot drive a motorbike, you cannot drive a big truck. I need to mention on here that the G test consists of a road test, like I mentioned earlier on. You have to still go to a drive test center or a Service Ontario and to book that test. And the drive instructor is going to watch you on more advanced driving skills, like driving on like the major highways in Ontario here in Canada. Once you pass this test, you'll be given your G license. I want to say this on this video because I made this video February 2022, and because of the pandemic, there has been a little change, which I must mention on here. I have them written on here on my notes, so if you see me looking down, I'm just wanting to make sure that you have the right information. It says now that until further notice, the G road test would not include things like parallel parking, roadside stops, three-point turn, and driving in residential neighborhoods. They are going to stop that for now. The test will still include things like driving on major roads, your express, including merging and on and off, maintaining your speed, signaling to other drivers on the road, your turns, your curves, how you're changing from one lane to another lane, the intersections, how you're driving through intersections, and driving in business areas. So they will still test you on all of this. Guys, I need to mention on here that within a period of 1 year, that's when you can apply for these different tests. I need to mention here that you have at least 5 years to complete this whole process of getting the G1, G2, and a full G. If you do not obtain your full G by 5 years, you have to start this whole process all over again. So please take it very serious and don't look down on it. I must also mention here that you must always carry a valid driver's permit, a license plate, and your vehicle insurance is very, very important. You have to have that in your vehicle. Obey all the laws. If it is time for you to move, you move. In the winter time, it's very, very difficult for newcomers to kind of navigate their ways. What I try to do is that, and I was taught this as well, drive slowly, make sure your lights are turned on so that people can see from afar, especially when the visibility is very, very low or reduced. You almost always have to do that. And don't brake too suddenly, because if you do that, your car will keep on driving or moving on its own, and you could hit another driver, and you know what that means. Your insurance has to pay for it, and that would mean that your insurance will go high. You don't want that to happen. There are so many things we can go and talk, keep on chatting about driving here in this country, but I just wanted to make this short video about how you can obtain a driver's license in Ontario, Canada. So guys, I know you watched this video up until this time and you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and turn on your notification bell icon so that you'll be the first to know when I upload new videos. My name is Gloria once more, and I create content like this to help newcomers to kind of navigate their way in this country and settle down successfully. So be sure to share my videos, to your friends, your family members, and those loved ones that you know about that are looking to immigrate to Canada at this time, and they'll be very, very much interested in topics like this. Um, I make videos every week on Sundays. I try to ensure that you guys kind of understand the videos well, digest them before a new video is out. Before now, it used to be 2 videos, but I want to make it simple for you guys. And share the video, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks to all my returning subscribers for always coming back to watch my videos. Don't forget to watch the videos that pop up on your screen, and I know fully well that you have questions. Don't forget to leave a comment so that I know that you watched this video. It's very important. I do appreciate every one of you, and until I see you in my very next video, stay safe and bye-bye.